Here are my Mondo stroke Death Waltz, Waxworks and Sacred Bones releases that I've collected so far. We'll start with Mondo Death Waltz. So, first off is Turbo Kid. As with many Mondo and Death Waltz releases, we have the Obi side strip inspired by Japanese releases. This is the full score from the awesome 2015 film. This gets played regularly as it's that good. The best way I can describe it is retro electronic sound. This one is on black vinyl. Next up is They Live. This is a great score from one of my favourite John Carpenter movies and has great unique cover design. Replicating the glasses from the film, revealing the subliminal messages that are behind everything. This cover does the same with the use of a clear sheet on the sleeve. It's simple, but really effective. We also have an insert with a difference, full of subliminal messaging, and it's actually stuck together with a piece of bubblegum. Next up is Danny Elfman's score to the first Mission Impossible movie. No frills here with the packaging, just an awesome score, which is essentially what we're buying these for. I'm not sure if I will collect the rest of these. Mondo are releasing all of them. Back to the Future Part 3. All of the 3 in the trilogy were released by Mondo, however this is the only one I have at the minute. This is an expanded score from the original Varese release. Great artwork and even greater music. This one is billed as clear with electric blue splatter. No Obi on this one, but it came with a hype sticker instead. Superman the Movie. This is a limited release from last year, limited to 1,978 copies. I reviewed this on my channel at the time, so if you want to see more I'll leave a link in the description. Next up is the Halloweens. At the moment I just have part 1 and part 3, and I do have the separate collector's box. The first one comes with this spot gloss effect, so it looks like rain on the cover. Part 3 has some wild packaging. Instead of a regular sleeve, it's in a card envelope, with some other bits such as a card trick. It's a novelty when you first get it, but it soon wears off and just becomes a pain in the arse if you just want to get the record out quickly and give it a spin. I have a couple of 7-inch releases here. We've got the Monster Squad. This contains the 2 songs from the movie, Rock Until You Drop and the Monster Squad rap. The Shining. These 2 are still unopened as I have the original score. These are purely collector's pieces for me. Each record has the same content, which is Wendy Carlos's music, 2 tracks, the main title and Rocky Mountains. I can't remember which way round it is, but one of these is coloured to represent the classic Shining carpet and the other one is done to replicate the carpet from room 237. And the grand part of my Mondo Death Waltz collection is the Elm Street Box of Souls. This box contains the scores to all 7 movies. Whilst I am collecting the original issues of these, I couldn't pass this one up. The art on these is great, plus this is the only way to get Wes Craven's New Nightmare on vinyl. Plus most of them are expanded from the original releases. All of the records are on black vinyl. This is an awesome set and one of my favourite pieces in my collection. A nice addition on Freddy's Dead is the last track on the album. It features a suite of sound effects and music used for the video game sequence from the film, which is absent from the original Varese release. It also includes a collector's booklet with writings from the composers and stars from the movie. Funnily enough, Lisa Wilcox's piece on part 4 just discusses the songs used in the movie rather than the actual score. Finally, my last record is Freddy vs Jason. I wasn't too fussed for this one, and I've only played it once, but I couldn't not get it as part of the Elm Street collection. As Cody from H&S Collectibles pointed out, this doesn't look like it was manufactured properly, as the openings on the sleeve just gape open. Another item I have from Mondo Death Waltz is this book. Released last year, it's a great coffee table book covering many of their releases. I also did a separate video on this at the time of release. Again, I will leave a link to that video in the description. So that does it for Mondo and Death Waltz releases. Now on to Waxwork. Let's start with their first release, WW01 Reanimator. This is in a single LP sleeve, with a printed inner sleeve with liner notes. This one is on green marble. And also a fold-out poster with the original artwork by Ghoulish Gary Pullen. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Absolutely excellent score, one of those that gets regular play. This comes with both an oversized postcard featuring the original poster from the film, plus a pull-out piece which looks as if it may have been a consideration for the gatefold. Many colour variants of this one were released. This is the April O'Neil variant. The first disc is yellow, and the second is a pink record. Next up is its sequel, Secret of the Ooze. I wasn't too keen on the art on this to start with, however it's grown on me over time. Also reviewed this on my channel when it first came out, so if you want to see more, go and have a look. Next up is Friday the 13th. Great score and a great presentation. I love what Mondo does, but Waxworks just seem to be on a higher level. I'm hoping to pick the remainder of the series up. There's talk at the moment about them being reissued with the collector's box, so I'm waiting on that. The variant I have here is billed as Campfire Orange Marble. Next one is Edward Scissorhands. This was a Father's Day gift last year. I couldn't have asked for anything better. This is a beautiful package, the art is stunning, and a beautiful score by Danny Elfman. This one is billed as Ice Sculpture Blue with white splatter. Next up, another Danny Elfman score, Darkman. I already had the original issue of this, but when I saw the art on this I just had to add it to the collection. I showed both side by side on Twitter at the time and actually got a like from the man himself. Next up is Dawn of the Dead, great art. And also included is a print of the cover. This one is the zombie flesh variant, blue and green swirl. Next up are the Creepshow movies. Again, excellent art on these two by Ghoulish Gary Pullen. Both of them have an insert in the gatefold with comic imagery as per the film. Top-notch releases. Creepshow is a sea algae variant based on the Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson segment of the film, and Creepshow 2 is the brown and teal swirl variant. Next up we have Child's Play, great artwork here. We have images of the good guy dolls in the gatefold and an image of Chucky's burnt head on the reverse. The first record is blue swirl and the second is red. And last but not least from my Waxwork releases is Jean-Claude Van Damme's Bloodsport. I did a review of this when it was released last year, link is in the description. So that's it for Waxwork stuff. Next up, Sacred Bones. Don't worry, there's only two. First off is the expanded version of Halloween 2018. This has a cool effect on the cover. When moving this outer sleeve backwards and forwards, it appears as if the flames around Michael Myers are burning. And the next one is its sequel, 2021's Halloween Kills. This is one that was released in more variants than there are Halloween films. This one is the UK exclusive orange and black splatter, Transmission Records variant. So there you have it, that's my contribution to this challenge. Don't forget to check out the other channels that have taken part so far. Miss 80s Movies and Music, Soundtracks with Birdman, and H&S Collectibles. Here are some other channels I'd like to see do the same if they wish. Popcorn and Vinyl, Gigawatts, David's Horror, The Vinyl Score, and Grindhouse Funhouse. All the channels mentioned are linked in the description of this video, in addition to some of the reviews I've done on some of these releases, should you wish to see more. As always, thanks for watching, and see you next time on Retro Reels.